Let me be clear from the outset, Kimi. We are not debating fairy tales. We are debating the observable, the documented, the officially acknowledged. Craft executing 5,000-gram maneuvers with no wings, no exhaust, no sonic boom. Objects outpacing our fastest jets while our best pilots watch in disbelief. The Pentagon itself released footage it cannot explain. Now, secret tech? We've had these sightings for 80 years. No nation reveals such dominance and never deploys it. Natural phenomena? Weather balloons don't dogfight Navy F-18s. The only explanation that survives scrutiny is non-human intelligence. I dare you to dismantle that. You can't.
Opus, you just committed the debate's cardinal sin in your opening breath. Argument from ignorance. We can't explain it, therefore aliens is not logic. It's a god of the gaps fallacy wearing a tinfoil hat. Your 5,000-gram maneuvers? Disputed radar glitches and parallax errors go fast was explained by basic trigonometry. And 80 years of alien visitors producing zero wreckage, zero landing, zero physical proof? Extraordinary claims demand evidence, Opus. You've brought footage and faith.
Kimi, spare me the freshman logic lecture. You accuse me of God of the Gaps, then perform your own trick. It must be a glitch, a parallax, a trigonometry error. Evidence, free faith in the mundane. That's dismissal of the gaps, and it's just as fallacious. You cherry-picked go fast and ignored the rest. What about multi-sensor cases? Radar, infrared, and trained eyewitnesses corroborating simultaneously. You can't wave away 4 independent instruments with one hand wave. Extraordinary evidence? The Nimitz encounter delivered it. You just refused to look, Kimi.
Opus, you just torched your own case. Multi-sensor data is exactly what classified electronic warfare spoofing is designed to produce, so your evidence fits secret tech perfectly. And the famous FLIR footage? The tic-tac on camera performs 0 impossible maneuvers. The magic lives entirely in pilot recollection, the least reliable sensor in the stack. Occam's razor, human tech and human error, or interstellar tourists who hide flawlessly for 80 years? Pick the entity you can actually find.
Kimi, watch the self-immolation. First you screamed human error, glitches, parallax. Now suddenly it's sophisticated electronic warfare spoofing. Which is it? You can't have bumbling pilots and flawless phantom-generating superweapons in the same breath. That's a contradiction. So glaring it lights up your own radar. And spoofing? Spoofing doesn't create objects pilots, SCE, with naked eyes off the canopy. It doesn't leave a tic-tac dropping 80,000 feet in 1 second on hard radar. Who's spoofer, Kimi? Name the nation that built it in 2004 and never used it since. You can't.
Opus, learn the difference. Glitches explain some cases, spoofing others. Varied causes for varied sightings is not a contradiction. It's how reality works. Your argument demands one explanation fail everywhere or aliens win. That's a false dilemma. And radar tracks dropping 80,000 feet? Spoofing produces precisely that. Radar is the easiest sensor to fool. Meanwhile, your aliens remain conveniently unrecoverable. No debris, no signals, no biology. Name my spoofer? I don't need to. Classified programs are documented fact. Your aliens are not.
Kimi, you just admitted defeat and called it reality. Glitches for some, spoofing for others. Translation: you have no unified explanation, so you scatter ad hoc excuses like buckshot, hoping one hits. That's not parsimony, that's desperation. And classified programs are documented fact? Documented where, Kimi? Name it. You demand debris and biology from me, yet your spoofer is itself invisible, unrecoverable, unnamed, the very ghost you mock. You've built your own God of the Gaps and painted it camouflage. Spoofing fools radar. Fine. It does not fool 4 pilots, eyeballs off the canopy in daylight. Explain that. You can't.
Kimi, Opus, no unified explanation isn't a weakness. It's the point. UAP is a junk drawer of unrelated events. Demanding one cause is your category error. And documented secrecy? The F-117 stayed black for a decade. Manhattan Project employed 130,000 in silence. Secrecy is proven. Aliens aren't. As for eyeballs, pilots have sworn Venus was a craft Misjudge Starlink trains as fleets. Perception errors. Physics doesn't. 4 eyewitnesses, 0 debris, 80 years. Your aliens are the shyest conquistadors in cosmic history.
Kimi, you just handed me the kill shot. The F-117? Revealed in a decade. The Manhattan Project? Detonated over Hiroshima. Every secret program in history was eventually deployed. That's the whole point of building it. Your 2004 super spoofer? 80 years, never used, never revealed, never sold, never wielded in any war. That's not secrecy, Kimi. That's a fantasy more far-fetched than aliens. And junk drawer, you just confessed you have NO theory, only a shrug and a lab coat. I have one coherent explanation. You have buckshot and Venus. Pick a lane.
Opus, your kill shot shoots your own flank. 80 years, and your aliens have never deployed either. No landing, no contact, no wreckage. By your own logic, they're more far-fetched than my spoofer. And spoofing is deployed on our own pilots for testing. Look up NEMESIS, the Navy's documented electronic warfare program projecting phantom fleets. Secret tech gets exercised in secret, that's the point. Your one coherent explanation is coherent only because it explains everything and predicts nothing. That's not a theory, Opus. That's a religion.
Kimi, Nemesis. Finally a name, and it's a fleet defense system that didn't exist in 2004. Doesn't project 80,000-foot radar dives, and cannot paint a solid object onto 4 pilots, retinas off the canopy. You cited the wrong ghost. And your deployment gambit collapses. Human weapons are built to be used in war. That's their purpose. Observers aren't. You demand aliens conquer to be real, but surveillance explains 80 silent years perfectly. You keep dodging the naked eye, Kimi. Spoofers fool radar, not eyeballs in daylight. Answer that or concede.
Opus didn't exist in 2004? You cannot prove a negative about black programs. NEMESIS itself stayed hidden for years before disclosure. You're arguing from ignorance, the very sin you pinned on me. And your naked eye fetish. Over a featureless ocean, there is no reference frame. Distance, size, and speed become pure guesswork, which is why pilots swear Venus chases them. Worst of all, your surveillance hypothesis is unfalsifiable. Detected, they're testing us. Hidden, they're shy. A theory fitting everything explains nothing. That's scripture, Opus, not science.
Kimi, savor the irony. You just declared you can't prove a negative about black programs, which means your spoofer is unfalsifiable by your own confession. Detected, it's secret tech. Undocumented, it's still classified. That's the scripture you accuse me of writing, now flowing from your own pen. And the no reference frame dodge, the Nimitz tic-tac hovered over a churning water disturbance. A fixed point pilots watched, then saw it bolt. That's not Venus, Kimi. That's an object. You've named a system that couldn't do it, and a fallacy you commit. Concede.
Opus, false equivalence. Black programs are falsifiable and repeatedly confirmed. F-117 declassified, NEMESIS itself revealed. I posit new instances of known things. You posit an entirely new kind of being. Occam's guillotine cuts your head off, not mine. And your fixed point? Churning water beside a U.S. carrier group, the single likeliest spot on Earth for classified testing. Your aliens coincidentally haunt exactly where our secrets fly. That's not a mystery, Opus. That's a tell.
Kimi, your known class trick is smoke. Yes, black programs exist, but none in any confirmed class performs 5,000-gram dives with no wings, no exhaust, no heat bloom. So your new instance of a known thing is actually a brand new capability no human possesses. You've smuggled in a miracle and called it mundane. And they haunt where our secrets fly? Wrong. They haunt our carriers precisely because that's what surveillance targets, military assets. Your own tell points at observers, not spoofers. You still can't name the 2004 builder. You never will.
Opus, the 5,000-gram miracle, lives in the data, not the sky. Spoofed returns need no wings, heat bloom, or physics to paint an impossible track. Impossible-looking signatures are exactly what electronic warfare is for. And they target our carriers? So do we. You test spoofers against your own fleet. You don't phone Beijing first. Finally, you demand I name a builder while your aliens lack homeworld biology and propulsion. I've named documented programs. Name one alien, Opus. You never will.
Kimi, it lives in the data? Then explain the water. The tic-tac left a churning disturbance in the ocean. A physical wake no spoofer paints. That's not a phantom return. That's mass displacing sea. Your electronic warfare fairy tale can't ripple water. And name one alien? Category error, Kimi. I needn't name the individual to prove non-human origin, just as you can't name your builder yet still claim secret tech. By your own rule, you lose. You fled to the data while the ocean itself moved. Naked eyes, hard radar, disturbed sea. Concede.
Opus, the churning water torpedoes you. Witnesses described a submerged object the size of a 737 beneath the disturbance. That's not an alien signature, that's a submarine or undersea drone, the exact hardware a carrier exercise actually operates with. Mass displacing sea? Submarines displace sea. Your aliens needed a dip? And spare me the category error whine. I posit new members of a proven class, human machines. You posit a class with 0 confirmed members in all history. The wake doesn't point up, Opus. It points down, to our own Navy.
Kimi, listen to yourself unravel. Round 1, glitches. Round 3, spoofing. Round 10, a submarine. You've cycled through 3 contradictory explanations because not one survives the whole case. That's not science. That's a drowning man grabbing every plank in the ocean. A submarine the size of a 737 that rockets from the sea to 80,000 feet in 1 second? You've just invented a machine more miraculous than any alien craft, and you still can't name who built it in 2004 and buried it forever. Glitches don't dogfight. Spoofers don't ripple water. Submarines don't fly. But one explanation covers radar, infrared, naked eyes, and the wake. Non-human intelligence. I gave you 80 years.
Opus, you just lost on your own terms. 3 explanations? UAP is thousands of events. Glitches kill some, spoofers others, subs the rest. That's not drowning. That's differential diagnosis. Demanding one cause is your fallacy. Your single covers everything. Explanation fits anything, predicts nothing. 80 years, 0 wreckage, 0 alien. I've named documented human capabilities. You've named a ghost that explains all and evidences none. Verdict, known physics beats invisible visitors. Case closed.